Hello, welcome to. Oh gosh, it's not displaying. There it goes. Hello, welcome to Nickel City X-Wing. My name is Chris. Uh, and we got 3 games of Draft League for you. But first up, representing the King's Gambit. It's the King himself, Tim King. And representing the Voodoo crew.
Voodoo grip. Voodoo give it.
It's Jumeau. Betting is open. It's a chance engagement. And, yeah. Padme is going to be decoyed. Currently, King's Gambit is up 1-0 in this series. So, I also want to take this brief moment to shout out the Sith Taker podcast. Tim, Liam, I am blanking on the last person's name. I apologize. But I got shouted out in the podcast this week, and I wanted to say thank you for the kind words. Let me turn down the music. Also, thank you to all of you who cheered me on at Worlds this past weekend. I wanted one win. I will sit here and say I wanted one win, and I made top 8. So I can't, you know, but oh, nah, but yeah, welcome in everyone. If you're unfamiliar with the Draft League, players get drafted to various teams. They play over 10 weeks, and it all comes down to a playoff, and yeah. I scrambled home today. I got my times all mixed up because I was in Central Time Zone. There's Pims. Oh, Mark, I don't have your intro. Gravinus, I don't have yours either. I will get those. Greg probably has them, so I will get them I will get them when I can. Pim might have that power. But don't trust anything anyone is saying because today is April Fool's Day. Another important thing, while system opens have not been announced yet for this upcoming season, I do want to shout out the Lone Star Open, August 1st and 2nd. They always have a great time there. And Levi, who just judged Worlds, will also be there. Um, so I would call Texas the Lone Star State. I don't know if this is true or not, but the Lone Star State, I don't know if this is why they call themselves the Lone Star State, but for a period of time, yeah, I was gonna say it was its own country. It was the Republic of Texas for a while. Um, and after it became the Republic of Texas, it eventually became a state after the Spanish in Mexico attacked in the Alamo, and the Republic of Texas asked the United States Army to assist them, and eventually they did on the condition that Texas rejoin the Union of the United States, and as such rejoined. Um, but for a while they were the only, like they were a country, so they were alone. And then the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. So Star, Lone Star, I don't know. Yes, Texas can also legally secede from the United States at any point. So, but back to what I was saying. Um, Ted Cruz probably is what's stopping them. I don't know. But yeah, Lone Star Open, they're trying to make it or trying to keep it a system open. So if you can head down to Texas for their system open, I'm sure Levi and all of them would super appreciate it. Tickets are on sale now. I also forget what the decoyed condition does. Does Tim have it somewhere? Okay. While you defend, each friendly Naboo handmaiden in the attack arc may spend one evade to change a result to an evade. If you are a Naboo Royal N1 Starfighter, each friendly Naboo handmaiden in the attack arc may spend. To add! Ah, okay. So, if I'm understanding correctly, Padme could roll blank evade, and then the other handmaidens could add to evades. That's pretty cool. So, Patrick's daughter is playing that Lone Star Open. Hey, if a 12-year-old kid can make top rebels um, at Worlds this past weekend, I'm sure your daughter could play. Ah, she's 4. She'll be fine. Don't you worry. I mean, Anakin's just gonna fly behind his wife and enjoy being back there. I have the feeling they're gonna just be flying around the circle, or flying around the perimeter of the board. Andrew, get your head out of the gutter. You know, I gotta admit, I forgot today was Wednesday. I thought it was going to be the old toilet bowl joust, but it turns out it's not going to be. Yeah, Worlds has my weekday schedule all mixed up too. I thought yesterday was Monday. I thought today was like Thursday. Yeah, we are going to the moon today. Heck yeah, brother. What is... Oh, passive sensors. I was like, what's Tim doing? What's the action? Passive sensors. Okay. Lumi... Barrel roll... Tally. Tally boost. Tally barrel roll. Yeah, daytimes with world finalist Chris. I don't know how I did it. I just wanted one win. I will stand by that statement. Yeah, the problem with the roll for Tally is I don't think she's range 2 of the center, so Jumeau might just be giving up 4 points here. Yeah, I'll take extra credit. Better than Chris One-Win Jenner. Uh... Oh yeah, it is non-overdrive Poe. Poverdrive is not going overdrive. Yeah, it's interesting to see no clones for Tim too. Yeah, we can clearly see no shots. This is a league match, yes. King's Gambit is up in the series 1-0. And the stakes have never been higher. But that information tells us that Tally is not range 2 of the center, which means it will be 4-0 for Tim after 2 rounds. And it seems like Pim drafted a pretty good team. Seeing Pim in the chat. Mega Milk Union up 3-1 over the Pillagers right now. But yeah, so Tim only one near the center. 4-0 for King's Gambit right now. Yeah, not bad for very little prep work by the Milkman. True. What other stream is giving you arcade options? There's the Trench Run, the Tauntaun Run. This has to be an April Fool's joke. On a 5 straight, yeah, most definitely. This front handmaiden probably has to go either bank or I don't know. Oh no, it's true. Okay. Okay, I try not to talk about politics, but okay, yeah, 3 straight for the front and Padme and 3 back. I don't like the 3 bank from the back one. The thing Tim needs to do is he needs to keep them in the attack arc of Jumeau ships so he can keep Padme alive. But oh goodness. All right. Well, round round 3. Haboob. Nah. Ooh, I gotta use the restroom. I will be right back. Alrighty. What did I miss? Oh, a 3 heart. Okay. Also, thank you Spike and thank you Sedwall for the resub. Yeah, because technically the the handmaidens wouldn't be in the attack arc if Poe fires an HLC. Greg will probably reset Nichols before tomorrow. Damn, Martin betting against him. Everyone bet everything. Run, scramble. It'll be gone tomorrow. You know what? Fair enough. Ooh, does she have a proton rocket? Nope, concussion missiles. Okay. Well, Tally can make her defense easier. Oh, yep, Innkeeper is here. Congratulations again to Innkeeper on winning the World Championship. With a crazy good 4 FO bomber list. Hope that trophy didn't add too much weight to your bag for your flight. That thing was heavy. Yeah, yeah. I remember the first time I saw he added Magpulse warheads. I was like, why does he have Magpulse? Like, wouldn't it be better to have like concussions or whatever? But Magpulse, honestly, for the Gauntlet Swarm where the Gauntlet could reinforce. Thinking about it, if I had played against him, he would have jammed off my reinforce on my Decimator, and then just had a field day with his other bombers. You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, you would have just annihilated my Decimator. I would have been a sad Chris, I'm not gonna lie. Heavy laser cannon from Anakin in the Poe. 4 hits in the Poe. And Poe Dameron. Heroic! Oof. To be fair, I didn't play against Innkeeper. So I actually have no idea how my list would have done against him. It probably would have gone very badly. Poe ranged 1 into the Naboo Handmaiden. Jeez. Yeah, Soontir hates bombs. Magpulse Warhead removes my reinforce. He may have teched against me. Okay, one hit from Poe because Jumeau didn't roll enough dice. And the Handmaiden could spend the evade. Will spend the evade. Will not spend the evade. Decides to do something. Will spend the evade. Okay. Let's close bets. Range 1 tally into the Handmaiden. 3v2. Yeesh. Handmaiden range 1 or 0? Or not Handmaiden, Padme. Gonna shoot at Poe. And get nothing. Lumi range 3 into range 2 into tally. Hit crit into tally. Tally spends evade, takes nothing. So here's the sad thing about Kaz. He popped overtune modulators, but he's in Padme's firing arc, meaning he can only spend one of those calculates. I actually think he rolled too many. Yeah, he rolled too many. Yeah, I hate to take that away from him, but he did roll too many dice. So maybe the result is better? Okay, it's not better. Okay, he spends the lock. Okay, he got a crit. Handmaiden takes a shield, so that's something. Heavy laser, or not heavy laser, proton cannon in the Padme. 4v3. One changes to a crit, spend focus for. Yep. One changes to a crit, spend focus for a hit. If you want to do it like that. Oh, well, you only get 1 damage through, so... And now for the Handmaidens. One hit from the Handmaiden. And 1 evade from Poe Dameron. Two crits from the Handmaiden. Tally, 2 evades. So, some big damage into Poe, but not much else for Tim. Yeah, a big ass cannon on the transports just makes me laugh. He did forget about Tally's ability, but it didn't matter, thankfully. Yeah, I'm not sure where Tim is gonna go. I mean, the N1s only have a Talon roll, so they can't really turn around easily. Oh yeah, since... Just to zoom in. This thing is what I think Patrick is referring to, where they have the big F-off pod. So, whoop. Well, technically... Technically, I'm not a racist. I'm a speciesist. No, it was me that did it. Oh, Kova has a BB astromech. Interesting. I gotta say the Altar Battle over Endor Soontir they gave us looks pretty sick. Poe tried to... Wait, he can't system phase boost. He didn't spend the charge, did he? Oh, prime thrusters. Never mind. Well, he tried. I have a funny feeling that Kaz went one straight. Kova went one straight. Yeah, I'm not sure how bad that boost will affect him. Ooh, sneaking through. I mean... Yeah, there's... He didn't clip, so... Wow. Yeah, only on TTS. Padme... I wouldn't hate... I wouldn't hate a boost. Oh, he tried to barrel roll. Well... Kaz is not going to be happy about that one. Ooh, but Lumi might not be happy about that one. We do have another game after this one. It's ISO and Azrael. I have not heard from either of them. And then game 3 today is Gravinus versus Matt Coggins. That So failing that boost actually, I think, put Poe in a better position. And the bump from Anakin. And before anyone says anything, Leia was used so Poe could K-turn. So Lumi might be in trouble here. Hey, look, it's my mom. Anakin ability. Oh. Interesting. Well, Poe range 1, probably to Luminara? Yep. Range 1 to Lumi. Pretty good roll. Tim... changes a hit down to a focus, so hit crit. And Lumi spends focus. Anakin, range 3, 2v2. 1v2. And my, how the dice have turned in Jumeau's favor. Alright, Tally now, range 1. 3v3. Hit crit. Can't turn anything down. Lumi's fine. Mr. Kazuda Ziono. Or Kova. Kova. Gonna go range 1 in the purple. Is gonna spend it. For 2. And purple takes nothing. It's a slap fight we got going on over here. Kaz now. Range 1 to Lumi, 4v3. Pretty good roll. He could spend, yep, And he's going to turn down a hit to a focus. And Lumi takes hit crit. And it's a panicked pilot for Luminara. So 3v2, because if he remembers to use Tally's ability, he did not remember to use Tally's ability. That's okay, it shouldn't matter. Would roll 1, gets to add 1 more. Spend the evade. Spend the evade. Spend the evade. Spend it. Spend it. Spend it. Did not spend it. Okay. Well. 2 crits into Kova. Kova takes 2. No, I'm saying to spend it, Andrew, because Kaz has already triggered his overtune modulators. So you spend it because it's the only shot you're taking. So you don't get a 4th strain. Or a third, I guess. Spending the action to target lock Poe, but still going to be range 3 to Kova. Ooh, hit crit into Kova. Yeah, Kova easily evades. So 9 to 8. Yep, loses a strain, but then gains the strain back. And I wasn't getting scoldy, I was getting technical. Yes, Kaz did forget to Notorious Lumi. So a couple things here and there forgotten from Jumeau. But that's okay. I mean, it's the first week of the season, so, you know, we all forget things. I can't tell you how many times I forgot to rotate my turret with Agile Gunner this past weekend. And I had one opponent who was very kind in allowing me to remember Vengeful um, a little bit later than I would have remembered. They could have said, "Oh, you forgot Vengeful," but they let me get the charge back on Wampa, and I actually have to see if that was a May trigger. Yeah, it's a May. So, uh, if I played you this weekend and you heard me say Vengeful and you let me recover the charge, thank you. I apologize profusely for remembering Vengeful too late after Soontir died. Um, yeah. But only 22 minutes left. So I'm not saying the pace of play is slow, but that there's 22 minutes left. Vengeful is just one of those things that you forget about. It's like disciplined and hopeful and all that. I also learned that can Vader can target Vader Krewe can target a friendly ship. So hypothetically, if you have an Imperial ship with overtuned modulators. Not that any of them can take overtuned modulators, but they overtuned, and you know you're not going to get a shot off with them. You can Vader your own ship to remove a calculate. Oh, the ISB Jingoist. So yeah, you could Vader one of your Jingos. And make the amount of strains not as many. I always thought Vader Krewe was enemy, but it's just a ship, so. Slams for disable power regulator. Oh yeah, and the gauntlet. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I haven't thought of the Jingoists either. The weird thing for the Jingoists is they have 8 points of loadout. Oh yeah, Moff Gideon as well, yeah. But they have 8 points of loadout, and all they have is an illicit and a modification. Moff Gideon at least has... Actually, or no, I'm sorry, I'm looking at Gideon Hask. Yeah, Moff Gideon has an illicit and a talent and a mod slot, but you could do like a hull upgrade overtune modulators on Moff Gideon if you really wanted. But yeah, little things like that. Alright, I've heard from Azrael. I have not heard from ISO. So I have to set up my room anyway for that game. So the thing with the cloaking device is it's restricted to one. It has a single pip. Honestly, Patrick, I wouldn't hate that, but I would worry about giving up 8 points. As Anakin just nukes Poe Dameron. 2 hits in the Poe? Tim's cheating. Tim's watching the no, I'm kidding. Yeah, we discovered if you get blinded pilot but you have heavy laser cannon, you actually can't turn down the crits. It's a ruling I'm not a fan of. So you're modifying your dice, but Blinded Pilot says you're not allowed to modify your dice except for spending force. Meaning, if you shoot a heavy laser cannon but you're blinded, you can't turn down the crits. Buddy brought this up with ion cannon turrets, and it got ruled that canceling the results with the ion cannon, yeah. Well, I think Plated Hull Buddy is the defender is modifying your result, not you. Someone, Kova took a shield. Actually, I have to look at Plated Hull now because of Buddy. Yeah, it's the defender changing Buddy, not the attackers. So the defender can still modify, but one hit in the Poe evades. Four v2. And an ion for his trouble. Hit, crit. Hit, crit into Padme. Oh, it was a direct. So one left on Padme. Oh, we're on round 5. I would be shooting Luminara range 1 here. Yeah, I was just thinking that, Callahan. Show your friend the dark side, make it a blinded. Oh yeah, you did a red, so 4 dice. Spend the force for 2. And Lumi is dead. Yeah, Blinded Pilot and HLC on Vader. But that would require Vader to lose all his shields and be left on 2. Three hits from the Handmaiden. Heroic into a tragic. Poe Dameron is dead. Oh yeah, I guess you could concussion bomb, but there's no guarantee that you get blinded. One hit in the Kova. Kova evades. Yeah, and Kaz can only pick Yeah. Yeah, Jumeau has forgotten Tally's ability quite a few times. Plus, not for, you can only pick for the fireball card. You can only pick ship abilities. But yeah, everyone forgets Tally's ability. Yeah, I mean, I've presented my deck to be cut, and no one cut my deck. So like, sure, if you want to stack your deck to have a blinded, but then there's no guarantee that the ship you want to get the blinded gets the blinded. So it's like, but that's just an exploit. Like, it's an oversight that I'm sure if it was presented to XWA, they'd be like, no, 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 no. That's not how that works. No, no, no. But for those just joining us, we're talking about how if you have blinded pilot, oh yeah, well with concussion bomb, if you have blinded pilot, you can't overrides must effects. Yes, um, if you have blinded pilot, okay, Molfar. So if you have blinded pilot, you cannot modify dice. So from what we have seen, if you have a blinded pilot and we'll say heavy laser cannon, and you roll 4 crits, you cannot convert those to hits because turning them down to hits is modifying dice. Therefore, heavy laser cannon is 4 crits. Just like if I fire an ion cannon, I cannot spend the rest of the results to give ion tokens because spending is a modification. Therefore, ion cannon just does damage with no ions if I have blinded pilot. It is rules is written, it works just like I explained, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it only does right, what Buddy said. It only does ions, it doesn't do damage. I got it backwards, but you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, rules is intended, it should override that. Rules is written, it's how I just explained it. And that is why we have the XWA Rules Committee who will be looking at it imminently and making a ruling on it. Hopefully. It happens outside of modified dice step, but you are still modifying the dice, Glees. You are still changing the results, which is a modification. Regardless of if it happens outside of the modified dice step, it is still a modification of the dice. And therefore it cannot be done. Yeah. Um, what Buddy said, yeah. It's like if you shoot at Dark Curse with an ion cannon, you can't spend a result, meaning he just takes ion damage. It's a fucked up ruling that I don't agree with, but that's what it is. And technically, um, and yes, I know I just said the banned word. Uh, trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the one card that got revealed. Um, an important thing is the burst laser turret that just got revealed. You cannot spend an additional charge to add dice. Ah, okay. Kaz fixed his one card. Oh, adding correct. You're right, Glees. Adding dice isn't a mod. Adding results is. I always get that confused. If you shoot an HLC at Dark Curse, you can't convert your crits to hits because you're not allowed to modify. And changing results is a modification. So if Jumeau can kill this handmaiden, he will win. But he has to do it with 2 unmodified shots. Because this will be the last round. Tim has gotten 0 munitions off this entire game. And that seals the deal. Jumeau cannot win this game, unfortunately. So, pending the unforeseen, your final score will be 30-23, as King's Gambit jumps up to a 2-0 series lead. But we'll let them play it out just to see what happens. Honestly, day two, Mark, there was a lot of low scoring games. Oh, gonna go for Padme to try to get 5 points. Okay. Yeah, Tim is letting Jumeau know. Yeah, Padme will be able to add an evade. It is a 3v3. Should be a 3v3. Well, Padme just adds an evade result. And spends for good measure, and yeah. So that will do it. Yeah, he did the thing right at the end of the game. So your final score is going to be 30 to 23 as King's Gambit. Oh, okay. He still has a shot. I'm sorry. One hit. Okay, like I said, 30 to 23 as King's Gambit takes a 2-0 lead over the Voodoo Crew. We got another game of King's Gambit and Voodoo Crew after this one, so we'll be back here momentarily.